right, everybody, welcome back to another game of the Game of Thrones, the Fall Top 8. Is it Fall Top 8? Winter Top 8?
It's the fall. It actually, the final tournament took place in winter. No, it wasn't even winter time, because winter starts December 21st, and it was not that date yet. So this is still technically fall, though it felt like winter.
Excellent. And we have what is sure to be a stormer. I have not seen this game. This is Tim Bleeds. Is his nickname around the store, at least for now. Yeah.
I had not heard that.
Tim Bleeds.
Tim Bleeds.
That's what I call him.
Bloody Tim.
For his use of Westeros Bleeds and making it kind of the thing. And then also we have Ben, who I believe we saw in the last Top 8 videos.
I think so.
Surely. And he is playing a Targaryen Hollow Hill deck. And this is Targaryen Hollow Hill versus Martell Hollow Hill, which
Hollow Hill shall reign supreme?
Which at this point is kind of the name of the game. So we're already getting started here. Tim drops Take Them by Surprise to the, looks like City of Lies down there on Ben's side. Is that right?
That is correct.
City of Shadows. Put two shadows into play with
I think that's City of Lies. City
really?
of Shadows is something else.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So I should have trusted my instincts.
Yes.
So he put two down into shadows right off
like
the
the
bat.
Force.
Neither player gets a setup, and Tim drops the Palace Spy for 3 and goes and gets an influence providing location. A lot of people hate those Palace Spies. Tim loves them, and he uses them to great effect. So this is a card that has been overlooked by a lot of Hollow Hill builds.
It's true.
And it's excellent.
It is excellent because, let me tell you, almost as much as Targaryen can use influence for ambush and things like that, Martell can use it just as readily. There are awesome cards that utilize it, particularly Red Vengeance. So if you can have influence aplenty where you can drop Red Vengeances time after time, even within the same turn, then your opponents shall learn to fear you.
And the aforementioned Westeros Bleeds.
The bleeds. The bloody bleeding.
The Bleeds. So we also see a House Messenger. Flip the 2 reveal. And did you catch what he grabbed there?
I did not. We should
oh my gosh.
roll it back.
We can't. I mean, we do have that technology. Kingsword Fiefdoms is the third card played here. So that's what he went and got with the Palace Spy. Plus 2 initiative and 2 influence. Going to make a difference if he does drop Bay of Ice this game. Tim has been known to do. But it's over to Ben.
Eastern Fiefdoms coming out for 1.
The old Fiefdoms.
Old Fiefdoms.
Shadow Parasite.
Cost 0.
0 strength. Gets plus X strength, where X is how much strength has been lowered that turn, basically.
Which is a cool little card because there's all sorts of weird loops that can be generated, especially in the... the plot phase whenever you drop like a threat from the north or something like that. But guess what? It only lasts until the end of the round.
Of the phase,
yeah.
Right.
So even if it could survive somehow with a weird loop going on there, it would just die as soon as you got to the draw phase.
All right, and then we have another gold. Looks like being chucked in for...
Wait for it. Ben is a pay for it now, think about it later kind of player. He's very deliberative.
It's like Long Lance is coming out.
Great card. This was, in my opinion, underestimated when it came out, and I've been all too pleased to see that it was the ridiculously awesome card that I knew it was from the beginning.
Yeah, the 2 guys went through in podcasts.
That's right.
How about that? So we also have a flip of King's Landing. That's going to give Ben some much-needed card draw. In these Hollow Hill matches, card draw is king, and it's hard to get it out of Targ, but having that King's Landing is going to make a huge difference for Ben to be able to be competitive in this match here.
That's right, and it's particularly essential because he's going up against Martell, which... Usually, you say Lannister is the undisputed card draw king, but it's Martell. It's Martell, so you need every ounce of card draw you can get.
We have House Messenger coming through on an intrigue challenge, looks like. And so Ben's going to have to make the tough choice. Do I burn any of Tim's trash characters just to get a Shadow Parasite going?
And here is Ben's under-the-table rearrangement of cards.
The answer is no, and he pulls a Dragon Thief,
Can't
which
be
is
too careful.
Excellent pull here. Little ambush trick out of Ben's hand.
Yes.
Gets 1 power for the unopposed challenge.
That's right. And now he has to decide what he's going to do with that other...
Long Lance is coming back in.
Ooh.
Ben coming at you. I assume a military challenge.
Yeah, you've got to
claim
assume.
1. Yeah.
Boom.
It's unopposed there.
Unopposed. But now, there's been no strength reduction, so Shadow Parasite is at 0 strength. You can't win a challenge or even initiate, can you, at 0 strength? So... time to decide if he wants to burn or something like that, and then go in for the intrigue challenge.
So we shall see. And it could be just a quick forever burning. Nope, doesn't do anything. Tim gets dominance, and we're moving on to refresh.
That's right.
I imagine we might see some King's Landing shenanigans. We'll see.
We'll see.
Ben's going to pre-plot.
Yep. Drawing a card. It's going to be important, I'm sure.
And that first turn, getting 2 cards into shadows on your first turn is such a big play. That's essentially 4 gold coming out of there, and then you get gold off the plot as well. So it's an excellent card if you have the shadow.
It's a 9 gold turn. 9 gold. It's crazy. Well, effectively 9 gold, I should say. So here we go. Ready to plot.
Second plot, we have Loyalty Money can buy on Tim's end and City of Spiders.
Spiders, I believe that's Spiders, yeah.
And that's the 2 claim, and it duplicates a city plot. So he dropped another 2 cards into shadows.
That's crazy. Now it's only 1 gold of City of Spiders, but again, with 2 cards going into shadows, making it effectively 5, plus the 2 from his Knights of the Hollow Hill makes it effectively 7. It's crazy.
And 2 claim to boot. Das Boot.
Das Boot, which is German for the boot.
And this is a good time to thank our sponsors.
I don't know. Who are our sponsors?
Well, that was me thanking them.
Oh, okay.
There are none. All of you out there, thanks for watching.
Can't we say like Pepsi Cola?
We don't want to lie.
Robitussin?
Shadow Black Lane goes down on Tim's end, as does a fiefdoms or a fiefdoms of his own, depending on what translator you're using.
I like 5. What do you go
I've heard that about you.
What do you go? What do you say?
I think fiefdoms.
Fief?
Yeah.
Fife?
Fief is a little more fun.
Yes. Sounds like a musical instrument. Oh, I played the fief.
Looks like a Gaston Grey hits the table, if I'm not mistaken. Is that
correct.
Gaston over there?
Looks like it. I think. Nah.
Dorn.
Something.
Hold on. Let me do a little investigation here.
While we're doing things, let us investigate.
It looks Gaston-y to me.
Okay, yeah, it probably
I
is.
see the flags, the unique flag.
But is it that like lonely something?
Deserted Island? I don't know. Is that a thing?
Street of Silk.
Street of Silk comes out. He discards the fiefdoms to get it. Edric Dane comes out. So I'm almost certain that's Gaston Grey if Edric comes out.
Okay. More reducing. More gold being spent. What's it gonna be? Wait for it.
High Septon.
High Septon. That's a good one.
Dies. Kit 2 power. Another card that doesn't usually see a whole lot of play, and Tim seems to like it quite a bit. What will Ben do?
Ben is coming in with his gold collection. 3, of course, because of Hollow Hill. He's got a reducer in play already, so he has more or less 4 gold to play with here. But we'll see what he can do.
Will he continue his habit of spending now and playing later?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. He's usually fairly consistent.
For certain. Now, how much... Always important to know how much influence is open. We have
That's right.
2 plus 2 for Hollow Hill, so 4 on the Martell side, which means Bleeds is in play. That's got to be in the back of your head.
That's
Ben has seen Tim. We play locally, weekly, so you know it's there. He calls it Thinking, I see in Tim's hand. Prince's Plans, I see in Tim's hand. So there's some good stuff. Sirio, which is excellent. It's going to stay on that King's Landing, get another card draw for Ben.
Yoink. Ben always says yoink whenever he draws a card, if you didn't know.
I did not know that.
Actually, he never does that. But it would be funny if he did.
So then, Ben, I assume, well, yeah.
Oh, High Septon coming in.
Didn't build anything, just brought Sirio out during Shadow Step.
Is he? I assume he's saving that influence for something juicy. But
All
we'll see.
High Septon comes in. I assume an Intrigue Challenge. It's a safe assumption, I think.
Yes.
And we're waiting to see some burn here from Ben. This has been a very quiet burn deck so far. There's not been a single thing torn
That's
down.
right. That Parasite is waiting for it. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Now he's thinking.
A lot
What's
of
he going to do? Okay.
no, here
Under the
comes
table
unopposed.
rearrangement.
Unopposed Intrigue Challenge, and we're going to get 1 card out of hand here.
Now, what would you say about the significance of having...
Long Lances again comes out. Big deal.
Having a... oh, here, what do we got? Probably the Power Challenge.
It's got to be the Power.
Challenge. Having a 1-claim reducer on a 2-claim plot or a 1-claim
Unopposed
reducer
Power
on a
Challenge.
1-claim plot. Which is better?
Unopposed Power Challenge. I prefer 1 to go to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're safe. You're completely safe.
Yeah, it's like a Valor turn. Only different.
Certainly, though, loyalty is always welcome on a 2-claim turn because essentially Tim can swing with some relative impunity, knowing that he's only going to lose 1 character here, and the only one he cares about is maybe Edric Dane, but he'll probably get bounced pretty soon anyway.
That's right. But will it be before Sirio attacks or not? Ooh.
Shadow Parasite coming out. Where was the burn?
I didn't see any reduction.
Did I miss it?
Did I miss it?
Or maybe Ben's gonna wait and see if there's any opposition first.
See, I didn't even think you could initiate, but I guess that's wrong.
Oppose.
Opposed. But then, there's got to be something coming.
Oh, yeah. Looking at the cards.
And he's letting it go? I don't know. What's going on?
What's going on, Ben?
What is going on, Ben? What are you doing? He's a thinker. Makes our job way harder.
Yeah.
Because while he thinks, we have to talk. And talk we will.
We don't like thinkers.
No, thinkers.
Not around these parts.
Graspers. Military. It's got to be.
Serio doubling up on the military.
With the long lances in tow.
Now everyone's thinking, what's going on here?
What
is
is
Khal
going on
Drogo
here?
coming out?
We'll see. Khal Drogo is standard fare for most Targ burn decks, so you win a challenge, he drops out of your hand. He can do a challenge, of course, immediately or whenever, and in the process, he bounces back to your hand after all that's done.
So unopposed military challenge going to Ben. He's going to return Serio to Shadows.
Because you want him out of there before the bleeds hits.
And looks like we have a red keep coming out at the start of the dominance phase.
That's right. Precious Influence.
It's going to stand King's Landing, get Ben another card.
That's right.
He's going to win dominance as well.
He's going to draw another one right off the bat.
Shadow Parasite and Long Lances come back up, as do Edric and the High Septon. All the locations back in play, and we're going to go to the third plot of the game.
Plotting it up. What's going to be?
A lot of Shadows cards down there for Ben. Little Tones in the Red Keep splash, maybe next.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Not.
Where are we going? Where are we going, guys?
They're thinkers. Remember, this could take forever. Hours pass.
Notice Ben has a Stark shirt on,
Yes.
yet is playing the Targaryens.
Well, it's the fall top 8, and his shirt says winter is coming. Maybe he's just ready for the winter top 8.
Maybe so, and he has been playing Stark recently, so I appreciate the synergy between his
That's true.
shirt and his new decks. March to the wall and rule by decree.
Holy smokes! So you have to discard, cannot be saved for March to the Wall. Both players must do this. And of course, rule by decree, whoever has the most cards discards down to 4. This cannot be cancelled.
Cannot be canceled. Impossible.
Imposible! Which is Spanish for, I don't think you can do that.
Looks like Ben discards another red keep, and if I see correctly, another Shadow Parasite.
Oh, the parasites.
So not a big loss. Edric's going to get discarded.
Keeping that Septon. Because I think the Septon only yields you power if it dies.
I believe that's correct. Seems like the thing that holy characters would do.
Being martyrs and all.
Then again, Tim has him in his Bleeds deck, so I would assume that maybe the discard effect gets him. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Well,
We'll
a
have
lot
to
of
wait
people
and
do,
see.
actually, probably.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true.
I've
But
just-
they have access to the internet. And
We're
it's like,
just-
oh, I knew that, but in truth, they really just quickly Googled it.
Yeah.
And are
See,
acting
and
like
here we are in,
We know the
in the
difference.
booth.
That's right, we're in the booth.
We're in the booth. We can't just go willy-nilly checking cards. Start of one of the phases, probably draw.
Hi, Sirio.
Sierra's going to come out. Net bin yet another card.
That's really paying off.
Yeah, do you was Rule by Decree played too early here is a good question.
Yeah, you have to wonder. Maybe Tim wanted the gold, who knows? But there was only 2 cards discarded. That does
Tim's
seem-
going first. Marshalling. Palace Spy comes out. Here we have another influence location going to come into hand. King's Road Fiefdoms, of course. Sorry, King's Road. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, it's good enough. All right, so an intense reshuffle of Tim's deck. He likes to fold his cards back in. On
He's a
top
card
of
follower.
each
He's
other.
very good at it too.
Yeah,
Look
he
at
is.
how nimble.
Very deft hands. Here comes the customary cut. 1, 2,
And
3.
back on top.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the triple.
Triple cut.
It's Ben's signature.
Yes.
And looks like Ben's making room. His
More
challenge is
gold?
passed yet? No. We have, oh, mercy. I have seen that card a million times. Dornish Paramore?
I thought
Dornish.
Paramore had influence. Does it not? I can't remember.
All right, hold on. We'll get the booth. We'll get the booth cam.
Booth cam.
enlarged.
What do we got? Blow it up.
Tim's probably listening, going like, Steven, you've seen this card a zillion times.
I know, but you always wanted to be an epic game.
Ben plays a fiefdom. We're actually gonna see what we can do to find out.
Do some research.
A little research here.
We need a research tablet.
We need a team that we can just
We need
call
a
up.
team.
Hey,
Can I get a fact check on this? We need a card researched. Hasta pronto. Let's do it. So, we've got some deliberation going on here. Ben is seeing what he wants to do with his remaining gold.
and you know you're playing against a control deck when all you see is trash characters.
That's right. Trash characters with powerful locations. That means those events are going to be sick. So he's still thinking, what's it going to be? More gold. More gold. More gold is what he wants. He wants all the gold, because then he can leave his influence open for nasty ambushes, hatchlings feasts, you name it.
We have not seen anything remarkable from... It is the Dornish Paramour, by the way.
Okay, yeah, you were correct.
After you win a challenge in which the Dornish Paramour participated, you can discard it from play to draw 2 cards.
Ain't that crazy?
Some Martell card draw coming down the pipe.
Ain't that crazy? Can you believe that? That's what that card does?
Vaguely.
Oosh. Oosh.
It's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
Pay 2, draw 2 cards, get a
And you
challenge.
still get a character. What?
Solid.
It's fantastic. All right, so...
All right, Ben, what are you doing over here?
He's thinking.
Like I said, we've not seen anything terribly impressive out of the Targ Hollow Hill yet. We've seen a little bit of... We've seen influence gathering from the Martells, and we've seen... what have we seen from Ben over here so far? Card draw.
I'm not really
King's
sure.
Landing.
Because he hasn't really played any classic burn effects. Even that Parasite wasn't pumped as far as I could tell earlier. He hasn't played any of his classic burn plots. So no Threat from the North. I mean, March to the Wall is semi-burny in a manner of speaking, but this is a very interesting play for his deck so far.
And of course, as we look at it, there's really no reason to play any of that stuff.
Right.
So maybe he's just holding on to it for later.
I'm biding my time. Don't rush me. There's the King's Landing Assassin.
King's Landing Assassin, -2 strength.
Oh, and he's kind of thinking the response.
There we go.
Bam. I don't think so.
Oh, you put it on the Paramour?
The
You're not going to
Paramour.
discard that Paramour?
That's crazy.
Tim, what are you doing over here?
I'm not sure. Maybe he's holding it in reserve. Maybe he wants the Septim to die first.
No, he has to do it because it's a persistent -2 strength killed if dead effect.
Aha! Classy.
The only, but the response was canceled, so maybe he's worried about another one.
Yeah, who knows?
High Septim coming through on a challenge. Intrigue.
It's gotta be.
Always.
It's gotta be.
Always.
You lead with intrigue whenever you can.
Lead with intrigue.
Get those options out of their hand.
Is there a reason you're not swinging with Palace Spy here as well?
Not really sure unless he just wants it up for the token defense. If one comes through against him, that assassin's out now, so you just want to prevent the unopposed challenge, I guess. That's all I can figure.
Maybe so. I always overcommit with burn decks just because you know that thing's going down.
That's
King's Landing's at 2 strength.
Very good strategy.
There's the 2 influence.
Here we go. Flame Kissed? What's it going to be? What's it going to be?
And it looks like a flame kissed in hand
Yep.
there, yeah.
Boom.
-2 strength.
-2. But that Septon is still at 1 strength.
Who's wishing the Palace Spy was there now?
That's right. And something weird
Must have been a power challenge.
Must have been a power
That's
challenge.
why the Palace Spy wasn't there. You love with the power challenge, Tim. All right, I'm assuming successfully opposed. Then we go with the Intrigue challenge with the Paramour at 4 strength, because if he calls it thinking.
It's a whopping 4 strength. The Flame Kiss was an interesting play on the High Septon, because that's a character that's just going to die and yield Tim 2 power anyway. So
Here comes some more influence. Boy,
curious.
all we had to do was tell Ben he wasn't doing anything, and
Ben, this is a turn deck. Where's your burn? And he's like, oh, it's right here, guys. Check it out.
here comes the Dragon Thief. Dragon Knight, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Long Lance is going to stand up, trigger that response.
What's up, everybody?
Is Tim going to cancel?
I'm ready to play it
Don't waste
again.
your cancel here, Tim.
Oh, man.
There he goes. What?
Wow, that Paramour is huge at 6 strength now. And he is not going to block it.
So, Intrigue challenge. Now, does he discard to draw 2?
I don't know, dude. I doubt it. That guy's too beefy now to just waste those. He calls it.
No, he is not too beefy.
What? That is amazing. I would not have anticipated that. But with a Prince's Plan in your hands, it doesn't matter so much, I guess. You can
That
just
may be the plan here.
do it all over again.
He's getting all of that back.
Oh, looks like he drew a red Vengeance and a red Viper.
And a red Viper. All the reds you don't want to see.
You think the Martells are communists?
Without a doubt,
There's
yeah.
a lot of red flowing around. Let's see. So he's doing some sort of counting here. Maybe figure out how many cards he's drawn so far.
It's just he was getting his unopposed power, it looks like.
Well, he was tapping his discard pile. Wasn't quite sure what he had going on. So yeah, red Vengeance.
Boom! Red Vengeance coming through on that King's Landing Assassin challenge. I'm assuming it's an intrigue challenge. Yep, that's correct.
Boom. One card. There's another
Long
Lances.
Lances.
Only one will enter play this game, because the rest have now been discarded.
Still has 2 or 4 up for plans, Princess Plans if he wants it.
Here comes Sirio.
Syria on the military, it's unopposed.
Not ready for the Septon to die.
Gonna claim up Palace Spy.
But Tim still has a lot of influence standing.
Trigger Syrio's response every time there's a wins a challenge. You can go back into Shadows.
That's right. Which is awesome, by the way, for epic battle phases. If you haven't thought of that or heard of it or anything like that, most of you, I'm sure, probably have. But he can
One for dominance to Ben.
bounce in and out all the time for those epic battle phases.
And there is the Princess Plans. Top 4 of the discard going back into hand. Ah, Red Vengeance, 2 he calls it Thinking, and Adornus Paramore.
That is a great return
It's not
to
what
hand.
you want.
Nope, it is not.
Unless you're Tim.
Now, what's absolutely terrifying now is that you know he has a red Vengeance in his hand.
And two response cancels.
Yeah, so it's like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to like comfortably start throwing challenges at this guy again? I don't know if you can anymore or ever again.
You just it's gonna drop on the first intrigue challenge.
It's not as tasty as your challenges, but it'll do.
Yeah, it's gonna drop on the first intrigue challenge. So Ben's just gonna have to eat an intrigue challenge from his own dudes, basically.
That's right. Now, heaven forbid the Hyper Viper starts working his magic here.
He will, undoubtedly.
The Hyper Viper. If you don't know, that's where you just drop the red Viper and start loading him up with ridiculous attachments, like he calls it Thinking and all sorts of other stuff.
Another way to run the Hyper Viper is to put the red Viper on the table and then win. That's my favorite version of the deck. Valor comes out.
Boom. Kill everything. Kill all the things.
Rule by Decree versus Valor.
That's an interesting swap. It's not going to be a terribly good turn for Tim.
He's going to get 2 power off that High Septon.
That's true.
And Viper doesn't care about claim. He'll just get 3 for noun. Now, does he... Interesting thing here is, Viper might not be non-kneeling, assuming that he drops.
That's true.
But we'll see.
That's where it's going to matter. So, how many cards in hand does Tim have? So he has at least 4 from the Princess Plans, plus what?
A few card draws, and the Paramore. So, we'll see. We'll see what he discards.
And there's the 2 power coming to Tim for the High Septon, which goes on the bottom of the deck.
And looks like he only has like 5 or 6. He's going to get rid of a red keep, and he calls it Thinking.
So 2 cards.
All right, so 1, he calls it Thinking out of hand.
That's still a pretty strong hand.
Yep.
Drawing toes. What's it going to be? Look like, I don't know. Hard to tell. It was quick.
And Syria is going to come out, which is going to stand King's Landing.
Which is good for Tim because that's at least 1 character to match the red Viper.
So wait and see.
If Ben plays 1 or 2 more, then he'll be assured an unkneeling red Viper.
All right, so Tim's going to get open. He drops yet another fiefdoms or fiefdoms. Influence and reduction. You can use it for anything you need.
So would there be
and a summer sea
fiefdoms in the Caribbean and fiefdoms in the Caribbean?
I read. Street of Silk, Shadow Black.
Man,
discard.
Look at
Here
this
comes the Viper.
reduction.
And we're gonna dupe him.
And you know what's awful? Is if Syrio goes in for that challenge, there's a red Vengeance waiting for him.
Oh yeah.
It's just gonna kill him. It's
There's
crazy.
The Paramore coming back out.
Hey guys, I needed more cards.
Now, can Ben even afford to play characters here?
I don't know.
Does
he already did.
Answer?
He already did.
Well, he dropped Shadows.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So he's back into the marshalling phase. Has plenty of gold to do it with. Hollow Hill. Tim, I think, is looking in a much stronger position here. Post Valor for sure. Has a lot more influence. A lot of reduction. Great character just hit the table. Probably the best character hit the table.
Yeah. And that's 6 influence to play with for Martel.
And he's immune to a lot of these burn effects.
That's right.
I must say. He's not immune to the attachments, at least not yet.
But there's a He Calls It Thinking, just ready to boost
Boost him up.
whatever attachments that might burn him down.
Boost him up.
Dragon Skull, Flame Kissed, those are the only ones I can think of.
Yeah, I don't know what Ben's running here.
Let's see. Ooh, he has a...
Sir Barristan Selmy.
Sir Barristan, I always forget his name.
Who, when he works exceptionally well.
That's true.
When he doesn't work, who cares?
Who cares? That's true for a lot of things, it turns out. All right, so he is contemplating, because this is a critical turn. You have to understand that when the Red Viper comes out, your days are numbered. He becomes your #1 target, and in my mind, unless there was a dupe played on him that first turn, a Valor the next turn becomes almost essential just to be guaranteed that that guy is gone, because you can't target him. He's immune to a lot of stuff, and then it's going to be ridiculously hard to do anything that might affect him with He Calls It Thinking waiting in the wings.
So then Ben actually plays up to 3 characters, one of which is outstanding, Selmy, so he's not planning on Valoring, or at least I assume he's not, and he's giving the Viper 3 challenges for free, essentially.
That's right.
Which is going to cause a lot of issue. Even if those challenges are 0 claim, that's 3 power for Renown, assuming he doesn't block. And if it's unopposed, that's even more, which it looks like he will get the unopposed Intrigue challenge. So this is going to ramp up real quick.
And what's crazy here is that, man, no, this is just mind-boggling. It's guaranteed that the Red Viper's just going to love this. He's got the Claim Soak. He's got a Red Vengeance. Here comes that Intrigue challenge, I'm sure.
Intrigue challenge, both characters?
He's going to discard that Paramore for sure. Draw some more cards. Why not?
Looks like Ben may have a Flame Kiss in his hand. He's going to need a little bit more than that, though. That means he can maybe get away with a threat from the north or something?
Yes. It could work. It could work. But he can't play anything else in the meantime. He can't do anything that would bring a He Calls It Thinking out of Tim's hand, which is quite a little gambit to be running. It's crazy. So he's thinking about it.
Careful with the responses here.
And what's it going to be? What's it going to be? See, because even if he wants to pop Syrio back into Shadows, he can cancel that. Right. So it's such a gamble here. Such a gamble. He's looking at, looks like maybe an Incinerate or a Hatchling's Feast event at the top of his hand right now. I'm not quite sure.
I hope it's not Hatchlings, and I hope it's not Incinerate either.
We'll see. We'll see what he's trying to do.
Maybe
looked like an Incinerate.
Could maybe just kill the Paramore and prevent those 2 cards. I mean, that's a reasonable trade.
Yes.
I don't know that it's a good trade, but it's something.
It is something. But man, those are 2 potent cards. Those are the exact 2 cards Tim wants in his hand right now. So.
Yep, that's Forever Burning.
Forever Burning. He's going to let it through. Not the big fish that you want to cancel.
And Incinerate.
There's the Incinerate.
Forever Burning and Incinerate. Kill the Paramore.
And then
it's unopposed.
Unopposed. Renown. Red Viper again for one of the other 2 challenges. We just can't tell until Ben starts responding.
We'll know in just a second.
But with these icons, unless Syrio is participating, it'll still be hard to tell.
And it doesn't matter because there's no claim.
That's
so
right.
Who cares? He's making a challenge.
But how will Ben respond? How will he respond? We'll see. We'll see. Now this is one of those. Okay, so
there's Kill of the Wounded. He's going to defend. Again, we still don't know what that is, but 1 for Renown.
1 for Renown.
And he's going to swing again.
So Tim is sitting at 11 power. Ben at 4. It's not looking good. Tim could easily win next turn.
Where's that march to the wall when you need it, right?
So there's 2 unopposed and Renown. 2 away from the victory.
Just a simple 2 away.
This is when you really want to have like Winter Festival in your deck.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Steve and I have a nice like tongue-in-cheek discussion about plots that give you power. So you can end the game right then and there.
Power doesn't matter till you have 15.
That's true.
You can quote me on that.
That's true.
So, I mean, Tim is looking great here. Ben more or less has to Valor. You can maybe Flame Kiss threat from the north, that Viper off the board. There's still just a lot of power on the table here.
That's
so
right.
he's definitely on the back foot. regardless of having a lot more characters. And
So this has got to be a military challenge series coming in, stealthing the Viper. He wants that guy dead. But maybe he forgot. Maybe he forgot that a turn ago, a prince's plans returned a red vengeance to Tim's hand, and he has 6 influence.
what can you do, you know?
Not much.
What can you do?
So here it is, red vengeance, protecting the Viper yet again. It's crazy. So Syrio didn't win, which means... No, they did win, but Ben will have to pay the claim. So he can still bounce Syrio back into shadows, but will Tim cancel it?
I'm surprised he didn't opt for a power challenge here, being so close to...
That is a good question.
Destruction.
I would assume that he might have forgotten the red vengeance and was just trying to kill the Viper. But who knows? Who knows? Because the power would have made more sense remembering that. And he's thinking about it. Killer of the Wounded. Is it going to leave or not? It's going to do a bunch of tumbling until Ben decides.
It's doing an unprecedented amount of somersaults and flips here. We've not
like,
seen this from Killer of the Wounded in years.
It's been a while. I think it was like 2010
and he sticks the landing
since we saw that again. So, what's going on?
Yeah, all right, there he goes. Okay. Yeah. After a brilliant display, death throws and all.
I knew Killer of the Wounded did some gymnastics when it was younger, but I didn't know it was that good.
Yep.
It's really good. So, what is left? What do you do?
Well...
Claim dominance.
Syrio's going to go back in.
Oh, and it was canceled, which is exactly...
I don't know. This isn't altogether bad.
The weirdness that we might
It busts Viper up, and if his destruction is imminent... It's kind of got to be the Valor here. Isn't that crazy that a character like that can just force a Valor no matter what you have?
Yep.
That does make him immune now to the Forever Burn, or the Flame Kissed and Threat from the North. So now it's looking exceptionally rough.
Yes. So do you Valor and kill off that guy who's helping you draw cards aplenty and all this other thing?
And you Valor what must be probably your 2 best characters in a burn deck, just pound for pound.
The only other one that's really good is that Illyrio, the Burning Illyrio.
Yeah, Burning Illyrio is a
fantastic
staple.
So, now it's time to reassess plots, because you have to know that you're going to lose here if you're Ben, if you don't do something immediately about the Red Viper.
You got to get an intrigue icon out there. You've got to not lose challenges.
That's right.
And we got a 5-strength non-kneeler currently on the board with Martel event support.
Ooh, Call to Court.
Okay.
Very nice. So, everybody has to return a character to their hand.
Nice. Well done.
Very good. Very good.
Well played. That's a rare plot.
And then you can put one back out. And in this case, Illyrio comes out for Ben.
He puts cost 3 Illyrio back out. Illyrio, excellent play. Yes. And he's banking on the fact that Tim doesn't have another character, which he does not. So, well avoided.
There you go.
Clears some power.
Bought yourself some time, which is what you need when the Red Viper comes out.
And very much in control of the board right now.
That's true.
Selmy and Illyrio are a nasty team.
And that high influence. Now, what is Tim playing for a plot? I did not catch it. Is that breaking and entering?
Breaking and entering, yeah. 3, 4, 2.
Excellent plot. If you don't know what it does, it allows you to put into play any attachments or locations from your opponent's hand when they have been claimed as part of an intrigue challenge under your control.
Oh, here comes a big play. I can see it in the hand here.
So here's the Viper. What's going on? What are we waiting for?
That, you know who that is.
Oh, discard that ally.
Oakheart, right?
Eris Oakheart, one of the best cards in the game.
Drew it right when you needed it.
Hard to beat that economy. So Oakheart has renown as well, and of course a military and power icon. So that is just the bee's knees for Tim right now.
It's great seeing that right when you need it.
Exactly. So Ben has to wonder, just like, what do I have left?
What do I do?
What do I have left? It's crazy. The options are staggering. So he's going to let his card do some tumbling. It looks like a...
Sorrowful Man looks to me like.
Yes, you're correct.
But Tim's got the gold over there. So do you make him pay the gold? You know that you're probably not going to go past this turn if you don't have something going on.
Well, that's 4 renowns, potentially, depending on what Ben puts out. It might only be 2 if he keeps his character count down, but that'll put him up to 11, and then 1 unopposed is 14, and then if he can somehow win dominance, that'll be 15. So Ben's between a rock and a hard place. He's got a Flame Kist in his hand that we can see.
The rock being the Red Viper.
That's right.
Hard place
Another
being
King's
Oakheart.
Landing Assassin. I think I peeked. Not sure what else.
And not quite enough gold on Call to Court to really make use of Shadows cards that are going to try to do something immediately.
That's right. 4 gold total. Now he's got a lot of influence and a good bit of reduction, but his economy is nowhere near what Tim's is.
That's right. So what do you do?
And this is one. And again, this is a breaking and entering turn. So Ben has a Flame Kist in his hand. If Tim draws that with his 2-claim plot, then he can put it down on Selmy and potentially burn Selmy right out of business.
Nasty. I mean, just right off the bat, you have to prevent this power challenge.
Yep.
2-claim power challenge, and that's the ball game with those renowns. I don't know how he's going to do it.
It's true. I'd forgotten it was 2-claim until I had said it earlier. And then you said it was for a power challenge. So yeah, that is game.
Nasty.
What do you do for a Klondike bar? You have to burn the Red Viper. But wait, that's impossible.
It's possible.
It's just very
not
hard.
easy.
Yeah. Man. You got to plan this carefully. So, first up, Dragon Skull on Oakheart. Not too much of a big deal, but no attachments except weapons, which is why that was not legal.
Ouch.
Gotcha.
All right, we'll
Dragon
try
Skull
here.
on the Viper. What do you think about that?
No.
Not sure what made that happen again. It is the Dragon Skull Boomerang. It's the Dragon Skull 2.0, as some people call it. It comes in, it goes back, comes out, goes back in, whatever. Who knows? I'm really curious as to why that.
Yeah, as I remember, I mean, I've played against the Viper many times, and I don't think he's no attachments, of course.
I don't think so either.
Because
I've seen people put, like, what is it, Poison Knife, or the one where it gives them stealth, and then when they bypass it kills stuff. So that can be an awesome combination as well. A Hyper Viper. Brought to you by our sponsors
Oasis.
at Pepsi Cola.
Nasty.
The taste you can see. Actually, that's not their slogan.
All right, I guess there's no shadows coming from Ben. Viper's going to swing by himself.
I'm assuming an intrigue challenge.
Yeah. Do you go full tilt on the power challenge here? Do you put it all on the line, or do you do what Tim's doing?
Well, I probably would have done the power challenge, but it looks like he's diversifying his portfolio. So, and I just don't know why. We'll have to ask Tim, or maybe he'll comment.
I mean, yeah, it could go either way. It kind of depends on the type of player, what they're doing.
Yep. Do you like to hedge your bets? I don't know if this is bet hedging or not, though. It seemed like the power challenge was pretty safe. I just don't know.
I suppose he could, Selmy could block and then get basically burned down Oakheart. And maybe do some more damage. Okay. But the 2-claim intrigue.
Wait, one more.
Oh, he pulled the Flame Kiss.
There it is.
He comes
he
up.
likes that. That's
knows.
Mine now.
He knows.
So that's going on. Old Selmy there. Down to 1 strength. That is wretched. So, Renown and Unopposed puts Tim at 13, 2 away from the victory. And
Gaston Gray.
Gaston Gray just killed him off.
Gaston Gray's the Viper. Selmy
so
goes back to hand.
here comes the power challenge.
Here comes the last challenge. Is this it? Does Ben have any tricks for Oakheart? He had the Flame Kiss trick. That's the game.
It's a good game.
And there you have kind of the battle of the Titans. Martell Hollow Hill versus Targaryen Hollow Hill. Great game. Kind of a good, exemplifies both decks pretty well. We didn't get to see a bleeds, but, you know, Targ Hollow Hill doesn't really play characters worth discarding a lot of the time.
That's
so
right.
That makes sense. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is, the first round. It's the second game. We've got some more games coming out. So stay tuned, keep it locked. And if you'd like to support us and what we're doing, just head on over to the store, teamcovenant.com/store. And not only can you support us, but you can get Game of Thrones product that you want. So it's a beautiful system.
It's a win-win.
Anything else?
No, thanks for joining us, guys. And like Steven said, we'll have more of these coming down the pipe here pretty quick. So enjoy and take care.